hear the Christmas angels, the great glad tidings tell. Oh, come to us, abide with us, our Lord Emman-u-el. Where meek souls will receive him still, the dear Christ enters in. That was Little Town, being a new arrangement of O Little Town of Bethlehem, first recorded by Cliff Richard and later by Amy Grant. And I played it straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'll do a tutorial covering everything I just played. And at the very end, I'll do a slow motion close-up play along that you might find helpful. But right now, hey, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want hundreds more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each with a link to its own free video tutorial and play along, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. All right, now, this is fun, by the way. You play ukulele? This is a fun song to play, and it's a 3-chord song, C, F, and G. That's it. Those are the chords I used, C, F, and G. Yes, I did a little funny thing in the intro, and yes, I played the intro kind of like 4 times. It was also the outro and whatever, but it was easy. It really was. This entire song is easy, so I'm not even going to bother showing you an easier version. I'm just going to show you this. Here we go. First, the intro. Okay, so it's C. The whole thing is C, right? But instead of just sitting on the C, the E string, you hear this. Right? That's kind of the melody of the intro. Here's how I'm doing it. I'm doing an arpeggio, which for the most part, I'm only using the 3 low strings. That is to say, the 3 closest to the ceiling. And yes, I'm playing on a low G ukulele. My dog has fleas. If you are playing a my dog has fleas high G, I would play it exactly the same. It would sound different, yes, but it'll also sound very, very nice. So, okay, what am I doing here? An arpeggio is a pattern you play with your right hand while your left hand perhaps, you know, moves around and does some other things, changes chords and whatever. That's what an arpeggio is. For most ukulele arpeggios, not for all, but for most of them, I only have 4 strings, so I only need 4 fingers. I leave my pinky off, and I take those 4 strong fingers, and I put them on the 4 strings, and those are their assignments. Again, there are exceptions to this, but not in this song. In this song, if I ever pluck the 4th string from the floor, right, the one closest to the ceiling, I'm using my thumb. If I ever use the one closest to the floor, I'm using my ring finger because those are the assignments. Okay, so you don't have to ask me, well, what finger do I use? No, it's the finger that string is assigned to. That's what. So I'm forming a C here with my ring finger, and that just stays there. But then I'm going to mess with the E string with my other fingers here, and it's not hard though. I'm plucking my 2 strong fingers here, my 2 middle ones. I'm plucking these 2. And the thumb is kind of like the bass line, right? That's the whole thing. Now you see the movement I'm doing with my left hand. All I'm doing is, it's actually a C5 there, yes, but I didn't call it that because I'm just kind of giving that some melody. So I'm plucking again the middle 2 strings, and then the 4th string, and then I move to my index finger, pluck the middle 2, and then pick it up, and then put it down, and then put it down, and then that's the only time I'm using my ring finger. That one part, that one C note. That's it. That's it. And you get to play it 4 times, or 4 different places through the song, so it's worth learning. All right, so that's the intro. Twice at the first. Just keep going. Here comes the strum. Oh, little town. Now, so I didn't lay out a strum because it's pretty much with the lyrics. It's with the emphasis of the lyrics. You could hear that, right? Oh, and then I'm kind of, the emphasis is when I'm changing chords. Little town of Bethlehem. Now, I do something fancy at the end of the first line, but so the emphasis is on every chord change, so you kind of have to know the timing of the chord changes. But my right hand just keeps going up and down, all right? And so the emphasis sometimes is a down and sometimes is an up, depending on the timing. And you notice at the start of the first line, it's mostly the ups. Up, up, up. Up, down. Okay, so anyway, there's like 4 different ups in there that are actually the emphasis. But it's when the chord is changing. That's the emphasis of a word, and it's the emphasis also of your strumming. So make that stronger. And in between, don't even worry too much about, should I pause? Should I keep them? I'm just kind of continuing to strum with filler in between the emphasis. That's my idea. That's why I didn't write it down, because it goes with the lyrics. Oh, little town of Bethlehem. Now, here's what I do something special. At the end of each first line of the verse. And then I go back in. So it's kind of like I wanted the little drummer boy there. You know, I wanted something going on. And I do that with a split strum. I call it a split strum because I split my fingers into 2 plectrums. A plectrum is a pick, right? Like a guitar pick, like people use for lots of instruments, mandolins, and whatever else. Well, your hand, your fingers on a ukulele usually are the plectrum. Most people don't play. Few people play ukulele. Few professionals play ukulele with a plectrum, but not many. Most use their fingers, and some grow out their fingernails on the right hand like I do. You don't have to, but some people do. Anyway, normally when you're strumming, you go down in one stroke, whether it's all your fingers or one finger, or you know, some people strum with their thumb, whatever. Usually it's one. This time I'm splitting my hand into 2 pieces. So when it goes up, see, you could hear that. That's the idea. They come up 2 separate times. Sorry, I stumbled. You notice I'm not, my arm is still doing the same thing, right? I'm just every once in a while sticking my thumb in the way. That's it. So at the end of the first and third lines of each of the verses, I'm doing and one more time. How still we see the line. Next line too. Above the deep and dreamless sea, the sun and stars. And by the way, of course, you cannot do that if you want to. If you have trouble doing that, you practice it. Do it when you're ready, and before you're ready, just strum. Nobody will notice. Nobody will even know that something else was supposed to go in there. Okay, now, then I go to a different arpeggio. At the end, the second half of the verse, it's another arpeggio. Again, I only have 4 strings, so I got 4 fingers, 1 on each string. I'm just going to stay on an F for right now. Here we go. I'm on the F. The way I'm doing this arpeggio, counting from the floor, I'm plucking 3 strings. 1, 2, 3. Again, I'm forming an F. I'm going to stay on the F right now. 3, thumb, or 4th string, 4th, 3rd, 4th. That's it. 3, 4, 3, 4. Or excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. That's what it is. Yet in thy dark streets shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years. Now it's going to change just in the end. Tonight. Now you notice the second half of the last line of each verse. I change from that to, I go to the F, and then I'm plucking 2 strings. And it's sort of a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 that fits into the 4/4 timing, right? So the tonight, and then I go back into the intro. But so the way I'm doing it again, I pluck strings 1 and 2, and then 4, 3, 2. Let me see. How do I do it? So I did it wrong. 1 and 2, 4, 3, 1 and 2, 1, 4, 3, 1 and 2, and 4. That makes 8 counts, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's what lines it up with 4/4 timing. Tonight, and back into the intro, and that's it. That's the whole song. Okay, now I'm going to play slow motion from the intro through the whole first verse, and then I'm going to pretend that the first verse was the third verse and go right into the slowing outro that simply plays the intro twice, and ends on the C. Here goes. And I'm gonna put this one close up on both of my hands because both of them are kind of critically important in this song. Here we go now. Slow motion. 5, 6, 7, and. One more time. That's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.